allow the two children to attend the budget every year.
It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay.
Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go sama us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power. Over naira, still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my egun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my egun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my egun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. My egun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. My egun don't come, oh yo yo. My egun don't come, man of the masses. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary na he be number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary na he be number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun diary na he be number one. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary na he be number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary na he be number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary na he be number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary na he be number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary na he be number one. Mayegun diary politico. Mayegun diary na he be number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary na he be number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun diary na he be number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary na he be number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. sọ́ra jù. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Ayé sọ́ra jù. Prẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Ayé sọ́ra jù. Gómìnà kówó jẹ. Ayé sọ́ra jù.
Hello there. Good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. This is Mayegun Live. Again, thank you very much for joining me. If this is the first time today, you're welcome. And if you have been with me earlier today as well, you are welcome back. Please read the caption of this broadcast and read beyond it. Read the description of the broadcast, like it, share it, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends. Tell them that Mayegun is back. Mayegun today. And thank you if you have done that already. Tonight, I have come back with a series of happenings, especially from the political front, economic front, and of course, from the security front as well. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this presentation. There's going to be a time where you have your own shot to phone in and express your own reaction to all that will be shared tonight, or the ones that we've shared before now. Thank you. So the news that Werey Wike continued to pressure the Tinubu's regime in order to punish the people of Rivers State because of a business agreement gone wrong, political business agreement between Werey Wike and, of course, Fubara, is estranged god or political son. They had a deal, according to Werey Wike, that it would make Fubara governor, and the latter would part with 30% of the River State revenue every month. So something went wrong. Fubara reneged, and he stopped paying the money, according to the insider. So, to take back the pound of flesh, Werey Wike attempted to get Fubara removed as governor of Rivers State. And Fubara, on the other hand, was able to maneuver the supposed Werey Wike's loyalists, the House of Assembly members. This is just the backstory, all right? And what did they do? They decamped to APC, Egbekegbe. Unfortunately, that ended up being a very wrong move that they regretted and retracted, but it was too late. Because Fubara and his own team declared their seat vacant, and he stopped interacting with them. He stopped transacting with them. He stopped recognizing them as members of the Rivers State House of Assembly. So, Werey Wike resorted to the judicial bandits in Nigeria, the compromised, corrupt judiciary in Nigeria, who had a sworn affidavit of the 27 former House of Assembly members of Rivers State, where they sworn to have decamped to APC, citing the problems, irreparable problems within PDP. But they were wrong. Like I said, a very wrong move, a very wrong political move. They were supposed to have been XX by now, Unfortunately, Werey Wike got an appointment under Tifnumbu to be a minister that is now using the supposed resources of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to bribe the judiciary. He's always had them under his, arm, but he seems to have more stranglehold of them now. So since Werey Wike has been losing, is the first person to miscalculate when he picked Fubara to represent his interest and protect his interest, to possibly be the pseudo third term of Werey Wike. A first wrong political move that a lot of them are regretting right now, because the intention then was that with a 30% of the River State's resources going into the pocket of Werey Wike, he would use that to maintain his political structure, which includes the National Assembly slot as well as the local government structure. So when Fubara reneged, it was a big blow to the structure, and they fought dirty. Among the casualty of that fight is these guys, the House of Assembly members. So since then, they have become irrelevant. Okay? But they have the judiciary on their side. They went to court, where they wanted the court to stop the allocation to river states. According to them, they are still members of the River State House of Assembly. And therefore, Fubara had to submit the budget of the River State to them. Appropriation bill is called. Well, Fubara stopped recognizing them, like I said. He submitted his own 2024 budget to the leftover members of the assembly. They declared their seat vacant, called on INEC to conduct another election into those seats. INEC refused, because INEC is a federal institution where Werey Wike is holding sway. So these illegal House of Assembly members got some fake legal backing from the corrupt judiciary in Nigeria, who nullified their supposed decampment to APC. So they went further by granting them their prayers. What was that prayer? That if Fubara continued to not recognize them as House of Assembly members, the court should nullify the actions of the remaining House of Assembly members loyal to Fubara, and their prayers were granted. Or in this case, the political disagreement between these political criminals, the victims will have to be the Rivers people. Their resources, which ordinarily it is believed that it is illegal for the federal government of Nigeria to withhold the allocation of any states in Nigeria. There is actually a Supreme Court judgment to that effect. Because federal government of Nigeria is one organ of, one branch of governments, or one tier of government. There are other two tiers of government, the state and the local government. By their law, the resources of Nigeria is to be shared to all these states by law. So one tier of government has no power over the other to hold or withhold their resources or their allocation. But with the lawless, illegitimate government you have in Nigeria, as well as the judicial bandits that are ready to do the bidding of Werey Wike, well, you can kiss that your law, kiss it goodbye. So a few weeks ago, a judge ruled that the federal allocation to River State must be stopped henceforth until Fubara represents the 2024 budget, 2024 appropriation bill to this National Assembly member, loyal to Werey Wike, for approval. Failure to do that, no more allocation to River State. And it's not just the state allocation, including the local government allocation and all allocation accrued to that state. Workers, contractors, name it, they will not be paid. So the last time this popped up, Fubara said they've went back to the same appeal court They are waiting on an appeal. The appeal is yet to be determined. And today, the breaking news is that the Central Bank of Nigeria has stopped paying the River State allocation to them. So it don't start. So let's start with what Werey Wike said or told us briefly on this matter a few weeks ago. Werey Wike, ladies and gentlemen.
The gang up from up to down. In our state here, we all agreed, I paid for every form. I paid. Nobody will say as he paid for any form to run for governorship. Nobody will say so. Nobody will say that he paid 1 naira to buy for House of Lords form. Nobody will say he paid 1 naira to buy assembly form. Nobody will say he paid 1 naira to buy Senate form. They're all here. They're all here. They don't say so. I paid. But in our team, we agreed that, look, we know that in this election we are going in, we are going to face federal government.
Nuisance, Lele.
You get that? And that's true. As a governor of River State, to cover his ass, the looting of River State, which was actually done in collaboration with all his foot soldiers, and Fubara, the current governor, was the accountant general of River State. Who knows where the bodies are buried? Who knows where or how Werey Wike looted over 1.4 trillion naira of River State money to fund the PDP for his botched presidential ambition? He knows where the bodies are buried. He knows what Werey Wike did to ensure that all these guys became whatever they are today. He broke laws. He killed people just to ensure that these guys will do his bidding. Unfortunately, the head of the team disagrees. A civil servant who just happened to be a selected, anointed person for Werey Wike, gentle, barely speak, and therefore it will be a very useful idiot. Unfortunately, Werey Wike miscalculated. And this is why the River States have been subjected to all this endless political war in River State. And according to Fubara, it's just about the resources of the states. It's no more, nothing less. You remember this?
Let me remind them. It is Fubara that signed the paper for borrowing from Zenith Bank 200 billion for the construction of Ring Road. So it is my project. It is Fubara that has awarded Trans-Calabari Road that they couldn't do. They did only a bridge from Krakrama. I am the one doing it. 225 billion. I didn't borrow. It is this same Fubara that is building a general hospital, which I also included a psychiatric hospital because they will need it very soon in their place. So tell them, but we have to move on as a family, because at this time, what is important is to protect the soul of the state. It does not belong to anyone. River State is not nobody's enterprise. So you have to stand strong, and we fight. It's not just this celebration today is for a purpose. It coincided with what happened last year. So I assure you of our support to make all the plans come to reality. We will get there. We're already there. God does not start and stop halfway. It takes you to the end. And it's because they have seen the end. That is why Some of them will go and call my name. Some of them will stand and say they are apologizing for me. Look, let me tell you, nobody can apologize for me. As a matter of fact, I belong to that school of thought that if I am the only person that needs to stand on that side of right, I will stand there. I don't need anybody to stand with me. I cannot give my kidney or my liver to anybody. I won't. If that is the only reason for me to be loyal, I will not be. But I will not do the wrong thing. I will stand on the side of right. I make bold to say it. There is no security agency that in this state that I've called any day to go and do something wrong. I've never. I don't have any need for it. But I know what they do. And they keep failing because God has left them. Please, I want every one of you to join hands with us. We have a big task ahead of us. We have taken the soul of our state. We must secure it. We must bring this state back to where it used to be. And I tell you, with due respect, Dean, when you said our national item was changed, me, I like this new one. More especially where they say a nation built where no man is unique. That is my own take. If I in all the every other grammar in that the one that is special to me is that one. And if that is where I stand, you should understand I can't be a party to oppressing anybody. And for the fact that I can't be a party to oppress anybody, by the special grace of God, nobody can oppress me.
Yeah, that was Fubara. Nobody can oppress me. They're only coming for the resources of the state. Somebody who paid for their farms, who bought all their farms with the state money, okay? Because it is on record that Werey Wike has no real job. He has never worked any real job in his life. From the political Agberu, he became local government chairman. From his political rascality, Agberu, he became chief of staff. From there, he got appointed as a minister of state. From there, he got nominated to become the state, governor. From there, again, he made himself, trying to make himself the Jagaban gate of rivers. Business gone wrong. If you are writing a thesis, right now, if you are a a PhD candidate, writing your thesis right now, okay, and it is on political, business gone wrong, use Rivers State as a case study. You are going to earn the admiration of your dean, of your own lecturer, whoever it is. Go on. They had everything sorted out, everything agreed. They say political business gone wrong. So Werey Wike and his gang, they went to court. The Nigeria judiciary agreed with them that the allocation to Rivers State should be stopped. Rivers State, allocation to Rivers State should be stopped. And the useless judiciary in Nigeria agreed. The Central Bank of Nigeria agreed. In this time where Nigeria, they go through economic crisis, when all it will take is just for Fubara to deny that he didn't know what's going on. And then they will just go ahead and turn off whatever is left of oil production. Maybe they are telling you that they are now producing 1.8 million barrels of crude oil every day. it will soon turn to just about a 60 maybe not 600, it will turn to maybe 600 barrel of crude oil a day or zero production, all over. And all the guy has to do is just to pretend that he didn't know. The last time they made this kind of pronouncement, it was generally agreed that status quo will remain until the issue is resolved or sorted by the court. So what changed overnight? That the Central Bank of Nigeria will withhold the allocation to Rivers State because of Werey Wike. Then they are celebrating it. That, yes. Thank you, Oga. Oga, we don't see your hand. It has been announced. No money for him again. No money. And the guy actually said, even if they stop his allocation, it will still, maybe that's just a mouth by the way, but it will still never owe the workers. It won't owe his contractors. And then we still use it, whatever money he has left, to complete the psychiatric hospital he's building because he said they will need it. That's the part he was talking about with the Wike taking loans. And he knows that they took the loan. He is aware of the loan. Like he's part and parcel of the loan. Werey Wike took over 200 billion naira loan to construct a road, which he never constructed. He constructed just the bridge. That was the first clip I showed earlier, right? And now he said they are all like really, really going crazy. Today, there was a court judgment that said, that the case that this Werey Wike's men instituted against the local government selection in Rivers State, they shouldn't hold. So an appeal court, right, threw that out today and validated the selection conducted by Fubara, which is more or less like a loss to Werey Wike's side. But the same day, the Central Bank of Nigeria decided to act on a court judgment, a court order that stopped the federal allocation to Rivers, when it is believed that the money they are sharing in Nigeria, especially the one that was supposed to be coming from crude oil, the chunk of it is coming from Rivers State. And all it's going to take to cripple the entire sector is either to blow the pipeline and stop the production entirely, and Nigeria that is already crippled, it could just go belly coast. Belly to. So the guy know where the body is buried. And this is my own grouse, okay, with this Fubara guy. Just tell us and release all the, pretending that you don't even know how the documents got out. All the stolen money, where Werey Wike kept the money. Release the document to the public. Yeah, Nigeria is a lawless place. It may not amount to anything, but release it. Some said if he tried it, he is going to get indicted himself. Okay. Maybe just release the one that we already know that you are part of it. You are part of the looters of Rivers State. And just a year, imagine, a year before Fubara ran for governor, a year before he was ridden by the same Werey Wike, a year, more than a year before he became the governor of Rivers State, Fubara had to relocate to the government house. Yeah, Werey Wike had to give him immunity cover, where the EFCC can't go to the Rivers State government house to arrest him. He was declared wanted. Why? 420 billion naira of Rivers State money disappeared. And that was the one they found. And it was on record that over 1.4 trillion naira of Rivers State money was looted by Werey Wike in 8 years as governor of Rivers. And the person that was helping him to doctor the book, transfer the money, is this same Fubara. Release this document to the public. Yeah? Werey Wike is already looking like somebody who has a terminal sickness, who is going to die of any terminal disease or terminal medical problem. We don't even know what is wrong with him. Do you want to now tell us later how corrupt he was when he's dead? We don't know the demon he's battling with. We don't know what he's fighting for. Fighting with in his life. We don't know the demons he's dealing with. Release these documents. Don't just tell us about how they borrowed money and they never really executed the contract. And the debt is on the Rivers people right now. The evil the man is doing, it seems like it doesn't give a damn. There are millions of people will be affected by this decision. To him, if that will make the River State people to go after Fubara, so be it. So why are you keeping this away, mister? Why?
Let me remind them. It is Fubara that signed the paper for borrowing from Zenith Bank 200 billion for the construction of Ring Road. So it is my project. It is Fubara that has awarded Trans-Calabari Road that they couldn't do. They did only a bridge from Krakrama. I am the one doing it. 225 billion. I didn't borrow. It is this same Fubara that is building a general hospital, which I also included a psychiatric hospital because they will need it very soon in their place. So tell them, what I have done in 1 year is what they did. Like I said, let them make me talk. Let them make me talk. It's only empty container that makes noise. If God has given you opportunity, eat your thing and keep quiet. God will continue to give us the strength to do the best for our people without fear.
Nuisance lele.
Honestly. But he's Werey Wike's scammer on the side. Okay? If Tifnumbu didn't save Werey Wike, he probably would have died of maybe stroke or something. It could, something would have happened and they would just say like he's dead. Because Fubara is not going to be like Olodu of Kogi that is protecting Yeye Bello. Look at how that one is protecting Yeye Bello. That the EFCC can't even touch or see him. So if he was not given this agreement in Abuja, I don't know what Werey Wike, I don't know. It seems like he wouldn't be able to handle it. But that is in Rivers State. Brethren, you know what the Fulani terrorists did in Enugu today? What they usually do. Terrorism. Where they attacked a farming community in eastern part of Nigeria. And 3 farmers were killed. Yes. And many others were seriously injured. So from the survivors of this attack, and the community is called the Mgbuji. Please correct me if my pronunciation is not the right one, because sometimes when you pronounce something, you may be meaning something different because of the pronunciation, but you get what I mean. Read the description of this broadcast, you will see it in there. The community is called the Mgbuji community in Eha-Amufu or Eha-Amufu local government, Isi-Uzo local government area of Enugu State. From the survivor's point on this level of insecurity, here.
This is a picture of our brother from Omulo. We made a victory yesterday within the Fulani. You can see him now. This particular hand is almost that now. I got way off. I went to the parkland to see him today. So I'm making this video so that anybody that have help can render help with them. Any amount is not small.
Ndị kọrọ abụọ isi gị. Oke ka gị n'ọnụ gị. Sorry. La dubo. Ọzọ bụ na mmegide gị ọzọ tandụ na ọ bụ na hafụrụ Eha-Amufu ahụ. Ebe dị tin ka gị mere. I thank God because that place in Rush, down, yes.
From the report, it is said that 3 farmers were killed. One of them was attacked in his own rice farm. And I don't know if you have seen the image online already, where he's harvested cassava. They are still in the basket in his farm, on his farm where he was killed. That one on the right. And from the reports, it is said that between 2017 and 2024, more than 100 and, let me see that figure again, 20 farmers and locals have been killed by Fulani terrorists in Eha-Amufu. The community is a farming community, and they've always come under the attacks of these Fulani terrorists. It's one of the reasons why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu set up the ESN until these political criminals of Eastern Nigeria set up what they call the Ebubeagu. Ebubeagu that was supposed to go after Fulani terrorists was going after the ESN and the IPOB members, leaving the locals, leaving the people vulnerable in the hands of this Fulani terrorists. And with this latest attack, it's just going to add to all other series of attacks, because according to reports, they've had more than 20 recorded attacks on the people of this community or this local government area. It is also similar, so similar to what this House of Representatives member in from Borno, the local government area called Guzama local government area of Borno State, their own senator told the General Senate of their own circumstances rather, where the Boko Haram have actually taken over the chunk part of this local government area. And the area is also populated by farmers. It's like a farming settlement, communities. And to make the matter worse, there is no presence of the security forces of Nigeria in this area at all. That the people living there are actually paying taxes to the Boko Haram terrorists. If you have been following this development in that contraption in Nigeria, areas where the citizens have been left on their own and they are now at the mercy of the terrorists in Nigeria. The areas are called ungoverned areas. There's no sign or any plan of rescuing the people in the area, even though most of them are in the eastern part of Nigeria, militarizing the region. The terrorists up north, they are having a field day. Their areas are called ungoverned areas. Listen to the guy from the north, from Borno.
The motion is on the need to deploy adequate security personnel to endangered local government areas in Borno State. The Senate notes that for many years, Borno State has been bedeviled by insurgency, with communities facing one form of attack or the other every now and then. Aware that recently relative peace has been restored in Borno State due to efforts of the Nigerian armed forces, which are commendable. However, some communities are still besieged by insecurity, as Guzamala local governments do not have any civil authority in place, no military presence, while Abadam and Marte local government areas need security reinforcement. Also aware that the aforementioned areas are predominantly agrarian communities, with Marte local government area being known for large-scale production of wheat and rice. Worried that communities in those areas are still under the captivity of Boko Haram, and the people have been suffering untold hardship as a result of the insecurity which has damaged the local economy, infrastructure, and livelihoods herein. And also worried that the absence of military personnel in the areas may cause the insurgents to become more emboldened and attempt to capture surrounding communities, thus ruining the previous efforts by the government to secure the state. Accordingly, resolves to urge the Nigerian armed forces to establish a super camp at Guzama local government area and mobilize adequate personnel to secure Abadam and Marte local government areas of Borno State, and mandate the committees on Army and Air Force to ensure implementation. Mr. President, distinguished senators, it may interest you to know that local government, Guzamala local government, which is one local government from my senatorial district, and a neighboring local government to my own local government of Monguno, is completely under the control, tight control of Boko Haram insurgents, because of the fact that not a single security personnel is found in the whole local government. As a result, civil authority is lost, and Boko Haram are effectively in control of that local government. That they have imposed taxes on people, they have imposed levies on people, and there is no security personnel to challenge them, and there is no civil authority that is in existence in that local government because of the presence of Boko Haram and the tight control, the total control they have in that local government. So therefore, we are craving for the indulgence of this Senate to direct the Nigerian military to make their presence felt with a view to repelling the Boko Haram insurgents in that local government, because if we allow them to exist in that local government, they will be further emboldened and have all the luxury to organize and attack other neighboring local governments, particularly my own local government of Monguno and other neighboring local governments, that peace has been restored, civil authority has been restored, and people are started going back to their respective communities to pick the pieces of their lives. So it is very important that this local government is secured and this local government is redeemed from the tight control of Boko Haram, as well as Abadam and Marte local government, that though we have military presence, but they are equally challenged. We need further reinforcements in these two other local governments, while complete repelling of Boko Haram in one local government of Guzamala. Thank you. District. The motion.
What happened to the repentant Boko Haram? 167,000 repentant Boko Haram fighters from Borno State alone. It shock you? No, don't be. Zulum, the fraudulent governor of Borno State, the one that they told you is one of the best governors in Nigeria, Zulum, because he is sharing bag of rice instead of a cup of rice to internally displaced people. The Borno State capital, Maiduguri, has the largest concentration of internally displaced persons, IDP, in Nigeria. Out of 27 or so local government areas of Borno State, 14 of them is no longer under Nigeria. It's no longer being controlled by Nigeria. It is fully in the control of the Fulani terrorists, Boko Haram terrorists, ISWAP terrorists, all kinds of terrorists up north. I'm talking about who are actually living comfortably in those areas. Communities are paying taxes to them. Nigeria is aware. That's that one that's called himself senator. You know, they go to his constituency or senatorial district anymore. They don't hold any elections in Borno State. Every time Nigeria is having election, there is no election in Borno State. What they usually do is they will converge in Maiduguri. They will now begin to issue figures in Maiduguri. And Ndume, a popular National Assembly senator, is also in on it. They don't do elections in Borno State. I don't know if you are aware of that. If INEC tells you they are doing election and in Nigeria, they just take all the materials to Maiduguri. And then in Maiduguri, okay, they will take the chunk of the election materials somewhere where they will thumbprint, then they will begin to issue figures. That is where Shitty Man also came from. Because most of the local government areas in Borno State, they are no longer under Nigeria. True story. And that's what the guy just told you there. Like this local government, that local government, you know, our people are paying taxes to terrorists. It didn't start today. Probably they are talking about insecurity. That's why you had to bring it up. Under Boko Haram, that was when it became worse. When Goodluck Ebele Jonathan was after them, killing them that time. It was the then governor of Borno State, who is now your vice president, okay? Shitty Man. That was among the delegation they sent to America to go and meet Obama. That Jonathan is buying weapons to kill his opposition. And on their return from America, Obama placed arms embargo on Nigeria. Nobody must sell any weapon to Nigeria because they have the report that Jonathan was using the weapons to kill his opposition. Today, the same Boko Haram terrorists that have been chased across the, across the Sahel that time, they have returned fully 9 years after Goodluck Jonathan. Half of Borno State is being controlled by these terrorists, and they're not making it a biggie. It's not a biggie in Nigeria. You don't even know about it, right? It's not a biggie. The terrorists are living, they are not living in fear and say, oh, they are living in the forest. Oh. In towns, in communities, they have collars. You will see Boko Haram's collar is a leading prayer in some of these communities. Openly, no fear. They are holding teaching seminar, their sermons in the open in Borno State. They are not hiding. If you don't pay the tax, you will be killed. So Nigeria Army, Nigeria Police, they don't even go there anymore. Like I know they go there. You should probably check your own device if you think the audio is somehow okay. It should be perfect. This is a true story. So the Ndume guy was also talking about, because it was around the time they are doing this approval for Tinubu's loans. So Ndume managed to infuse the insecurity from his, in his own state, to question what is Tinubu using the money for. All these loans we are approving here. And meanwhile, the insurgents are already, they are about to take over Nigeria. They are Under Boko Haram was when they all gained their strength. Fulani terrorists gained their own territories. Boko Haram gained and sustained their own territories. From Borno State to Niger State, from Niger State to Kerbi, from Kerbi to Yobe, from Yobe to Adamawa, from Adamawa to Katsina, from Katsina to Kaduna. These terrorists spread all over the place, and they have their territories unchallenged, except when they want to put up a show. They will tell you, the Nigerian army, they are carrying out an operation in this also area, and they have killed 100 terrorists. Ironio. In northern Nigeria, it is Operation Lapia Dole. We need peace. We need peace. In the eastern part of Nigeria, it is Operation Python Dance, Crocodile Smile. There is no python that dances, except if it's crushing his victim. That's when python dances, crushing its victims, right? The victims you want to eat, which means they know what they are doing. In northern Nigeria, it is Lafia Dole, where they also have a program called Operation Safe Corridor. Operation Safe Corridor is for the repentant terrorists to rejoin the society and even join the army. Here is Ndume using the loan request of Tinubu to talk about why the money should be spent on insecurity, because insurgents is about to take over Nigeria. Let's go back to that Senate.
I will have to appeal to you to speak by giving the facts. Just continuing from where distinguished Senator Kakeshew stopped. In Chad, that is one of the black spots. We have joint task force already, but they are not equipped. They are not well trained. They are not motivated. In fact, the joint task force is headed by a Nigerian from Yobe State, General Yusuf. Now, what happened was actually all this while they know the line. They have like a border with the Chad Republic, and they never go there. When they went there and killed their people, the president led the operations, and that was what led to their success. And they moved over, and the first target is to dislodge our military around that Kereto and cut it away. In terms of replacing what the Chadian president led and recovered from them. What we need to do is still the same, sir. The Chadian government led the operation by their president. We are not saying that we should do that, but there should be a special operation, because this problem is cancerous and is expanding. We are talking about them in Sokoto, Kebbi now. We are talking about them in Niger. They are going to Plateau. They are drawing the second cycle. The main purpose of government is security and welfare of its citizens. It's there in our constitution. We cannot change it. So everything should be focused on security. Because if we say it's Borno today, and we then need to discuss it slightly, saying that we should talk about it in 2 minutes, it will one day get to Kano. God forbid. But it tried to get to Kano. The Kano people stood up. That was how Kano is still standing. If not, the late Ado Bayero was nearly killed. So, Mr. President, this is an occasion where the Senate must be responsible. We should stand up to the occasion and demand. The last president, the Senate president before, Senator Amelan, during his tenure, three times, we set up a committee. And at one time, we invited everybody. We pushed, and you were the chairman appropriation then, and we pushed the government to approve 809 billion to procure the Tucano. But it was wrongly used. You went and procured Tucano while we needed attack helicopters. If we have attack helicopters around that area now, this Boko Haram will not even go there, because the Chadians went there with only 2 attack helicopters. Right now, the joint task force we are talking about have only 1 helicopter. So the Senate should, the mover of the motion should amend this motion, and let's be blunt about it. Let's ask the government to do the right thing. And I'm sure that if we tell the president what to do, he will do it. He will do it. So let us stand up and say that we are just approving a borrowing about 2.2 billion to fund the budget. What budget if we are not secured? So, Mr. President, I'm sorry, I've taken much more time, but let us take this thing more serious. It can be done in 1 week. It can be done.
Thank you very much. Even the Super Tucani are talking about.
Jokers. Oh, there is one of them. There is one of them from Kogi. I think it's from Kogi, who said that the senators, they should lead the fight against terrorists. You know, that guy that used to be their spokesperson, the one that said buying a car of 160 million naira for lawmakers is not a big deal. They say, why didn't you buy the car from Nigeria? Because there are car makers in Nigeria. That means the money will remain in Nigeria. They said, well, maybe the cars made in Nigeria is not good for them. Or maybe next time we can buy from Nigeria. But for now, it's all right. The guy, Ayogweze, I think his name. Is that his name, Ayogweze or something? Listen.
Possibility of government. We are all part of government. If we go into some of our communities, we see the locals contributing one way or the other to the security of their environment. I saw, as part of this prayer, that the government, Nigeria, should establish a military base and a community there. Sometimes we can also lead by example. Like I just discussed with my brother, Senator Ndume. We can come together as the leader of the state to mobilize the legislature in the state to see how we can use part of our National Intervention Fund to contribute something to the security of our environment. If you can secure the lives and properties of our people, that is the best thing we can do for them. Rather than coming and talking every day, we should lead by example. I also discussed with him, you should see the Chadian leader that led his people to the front. It's because he understands that terrain. We can also, as leaders, I told him, lead. He can provide himself as the leader. So I can lead like Chadian president that knows the terrain of that place to lead our military on operation there. So it is leading by example. So we don't just blame everything on government. Our military, they are trying. They are overstretched. And we need to do all possible to come to their aid. Thank you.
Did you see the face of that guy in light blue kaftan, Babariga, when he said, we too, if you're talking about the Chadian president leading by example, leading the troop, even we too, we can lead the army. Since we know the terrains of our community, we can lead the army. Did you see that guy behind him? Like, Did I hear this guy right? Lead who? I mean, you the mad, which one is lead? Lead who? So where? Me, I'm not leading, no. That's how they make mockery of the whole thing. It's all about talk, 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 talk. The people are on their own. These ones would rather stay away. I don't want to be involved. It is not my duty to lead by example. I am just a lawmaker. Of course, it's because the situation has gotten to this level anyway. And you should know you are on your own when it comes to the security of life and property in that contraption. You are mostly on your own. The security agents will tell you that they are underfunded. The corruption is so deep that Nigeria is spending trillions of naira on defense. Well, you see those people who actually carries out the fights, the soldiers, they are the worst paid ever. Do you know that in Nigeria, at least before now, a soldier is earning 55,000 naira salary when the minimum wage was 30,000 naira. 55,000, a soldier. Imagine putting your life on the line for 7,800, 110. Listen to this. The Nigerian soldier's salary was 55,000. I think it's for their corporal or something. Then some of them are earning. I want to start from the argument, the last argument some of them had with me. And it was that, yes, the minimum salary of a soldier in Nigeria is 55,000 naira. The exchange rate back then was officially 410 naira. So that means somehow, as a soldier in Nigeria, you are earning $110. Okay. Then Tifnumbu happened. You are still earning 55,000. But there are others who are earning as much as 115,000. So those ones who are earning 115,000, their own salary based on the exchange rate back then was like a 200 and let me just put it a round figure, $250 a month. Then Tifnumbu happened. Their salary hasn't been increased. Those who are earning 55,000, do you remember a video of one soldier who cried out that he couldn't afford to go and see his family, that his salary can't pay for his transport to and fro, and he's right there in Borno, in Damboa in Borno, supposedly fighting Boko Haram. His salary is 55,000 naira. Then he made a video to say, with the cost of transportation now, he couldn't even go home to see his family. And the guy got arrested a few days after that video. Do you remember that guy that was holding this, tub of food, and then he's gone? That they won't even pay them. He said his salary was 55,000 naira. So when Tifnumbu happened, that 55,000 naira to, okay, $1 turned from 410 naira to 1,700 naira to $1. So that's supposed $120 dollars salary dropped drastically. So I think $35 in 1 year of Tifnumbu. He is still being paid 55,000. But the economy has been tanked. The one that is earning 110,000 naira, that one dropped from, that's $250. It dropped to maybe $105. Within a year, they lost more than half of the value of their salary. So these are the guys who are supposed to face terrorists and put their lives on the line and possibly get killed for $35 a month. And they won't even pay them. But trillions of naira it's being budgeted every year for defense. The corruption is so deep. The corruption is so deep that when you begin to analyze it, you have to ask yourself, what is the value of the life of a Nigerian? Or what is the value of the life of a Nigerian soldier? So the insecurity is what? Now the senators, they also lost too. But they didn't really lose. An average salary, the salary of a senator in Nigeria plus all allowances every month, though, before Tifnumbu, was 35 million naira a month. 420 million naira a year. That's the salary of a senator. This is minus their kickback, budget padding, and all that nonsense they are doing, or criminality. This is minus that too. 35 million naira a senator. And a rep member takes home 22 million naira every month. Now, if you go on and check that 35 million naira, and then, 420 million naira annually, I think it is divided to be somewhere around $850,000 annually. That's how much a senator takes home every year. When you, like, during the time when the exchange rate was somewhere around 410 naira. So when Tifnumbu came, he increased their salaries by over 120%. And when you now factor in all other emoluments, today, a senator in Nigeria takes home 55 million naira. 55 million naira. That's how much a senator takes home every month. And guess what? 55 million for a whole year, that then gives them somewhere around 660 million, I think. 660 million naira from 420 million naira a year. So a senator now takes home over 660 million naira in Nigeria. Or, I don't know, maybe I should say, unfortunately for them, the exchange rate of 1,740 naira today has also shrunk the money down from over $800,000 annually. It has shrunk down to somewhere around $300,000 annually. So they themselves, in this economy, they've lost over $500,000 of their take-home pay. No wonder Isi-Uzo said the money is not enough to take care of them anymore. Tifnumbu destroyed Nigeria economy, so nobody is spared. And this is just the beginning. So you see those ones at the top, and then those ones that are at the bottom of the food chain. Nobody is spared. It's unfortunate though. Nigeria writes a budget. Put it this way. When Boko Haram was their president, this was just last year, Boko Haram's budget was 22 trillion. And the value at the time, I think, was put at $28 billion. Tifnumbu's budget in 2024 is 27.5 or so trillion naira. That's the budget. But they have destroyed the economy so the value of the naira and the exchange rate, guess how much that is in dollars? Nigeria's budget is now somewhere around $21 billion. Even though they have more budget, said their money, In 2025, they are budgeting 48 trillion naira. Do you know what the value is? It is still less than $30 billion. This is the effect of Tinubunomic if you begin to wait. So you see those of you who used to earn 300,000 naira 9 years ago, you could do anything, everything. You're like, you're a big boy, big girl. If you now compare that to those who are earning 3 million naira today, put it this way. In 2014, before this APC, $300,000 is almost 2,000. Sorry, 300,000 naira was almost $2,000. Today, 3 million naira is $1,750. So if somebody tells you that 300,000 naira has so much value before these criminals than 3 million naira today, don't argue, except if you are so daft than manageable. $300,000 was 1,980. 300,000 naira was $1,980. Today, 3 million naira is $1,750. Do you see that? And the reason why you got yourself into that fix, no thanks to APC, Ebekebe, no thanks to Tiknumbu, the Oluwole accountants, and they are still borrowing more. Listen to this.
I'm putting all this to you, assuming that you were in the house and these gains were presented to you, yet the government comes and says, we still need to borrow 1.7 trillion to fix deficit. Help us make sense.
Geoffrey, you said I was laughing because you said that we're the ones making the money. I'm no longer in the house. But in the last assembly, if you had followed some of our discussions, because we were against most of these loans. The loans that as a country we are collecting recently or previously, we are already a country nose diving, because you are collecting loan. Where are the templates? What is the template of repayment of those loans? We are not a producing nation. We are not industrialized. We are not an exporting nation. So a lot of issues are wrong in our loans. Like you borrow to take breakfast, borrow to take lunch, borrow to take dinner every day, borrow to pay your children's school fees, borrow to do every single. How are you going to pay those certain loans? Today we are talking about the tax reforms, which means there are going to be more tax burden on Nigerians from next year. From my last calculation, our borrowing ratio is almost getting to 10% per year or biannually. So if we are getting to that level, that almost getting to 10%, it is very dangerous to us as a country. I'm not an economics, but then I know that inflation will be on the high rise. As long as inflation is going high, you are not exporting, you are not producing, you are not industrialized. I don't see any magic. The only industry working in Nigeria today is for us is people looking for how to work in either federal or state government. The only place you have people filled in as Nigerians today is either in the church or in the mosques. I don't see the number of people you find them in the church or mosques. I don't see them in any industry in this country. Go to China and Turkey and other countries, you will see those number of people in industries working day in, day out. And unfortunately, that even the loans that we are still collecting is to service the previous loans. know what are the capital projects in these loans that we are now talking about. How were those loans being broken down to Nigerians to know that, look, this loan is not about the federation that have to just do with the unit of the president and his government. No, this loan have to do with Nigerians. Nigerians need to be communicated, and that's why I said earlier, it's not an issue of a political decision taken by the National Assembly or by the State House of Assembly. No, Nigerians need to be involved in every critical decision that have to do with their livelihood. In a day, I'll give an example with the United States. In a day, you will see that the press secretary to the president can come out to address the press maybe 3 times a day on every single meeting or every single decision that has been taken. But here you will find out, unless, I don't know, well, even now, getting the spokesperson is a confused issue with the 3 people we don't know who will now, we're going to hold accountable to tell us who is saying what about the president. So if we continue as confused on issues that have to do with the state of the country, that is how the issues will go in and out. The issue of the loan, I'm not in support because I know that I am indebted as a Nigerian, not just a country. I saw some analysis going on online that with this new loan, every Nigerian should know that he is now owing about 600 and something thousand naira also. Okay. But how can I translate that 600 and something thousand in my credit card? That with that 600 and something thousand, I can access health care, I can access good education, I can access good roads, I can access security, I can access electricity, I can access food in the market, and I can know that I will get it at an affordable rate. And I can, so if I'm indebted, I should be able to know what I'm servicing. So that is what we are asking from government. Come out clear and clean to tell Nigerians these are the reasons, not just the explanation to the National Assembly. Today we are in
Nigeria. By the time Tinubu is done with Una, nobody will need to convince you to hit the streets. Because in faraway Rio de Janeiro, in Brazil, Colu is having his ego massaged by the evil IMF, evil genius IMF, who said, "Oh, your policy is very great, oh. Honestly, you are doing well." I mean, listen, they had a meeting with him yesterday, or maybe I don't know if it's yesterday because they only released it to us yesterday. A lot of people have left Rio 2 days ago. They finished. Everyone has left. Maybe let's say Tinubu is still in Rio. I don't know. Maybe he's not. We don't know. He hasn't returned to Nigeria, and he's not in his hospital room in Paris. They are talking about how much more loans they need to take from the IMF and how much more shege is in stock for you.
One area for technical support that they're offering is in the area of our fiscal, monetary, and structural reforms. The third area is in the area where they can help us to create more fiscal space and then helping us to then attract more concessionary funding from different development partners. Because when you have higher fiscal space, then you can actually do more. And the fourth area is in helping us with our borrowing policies so that we can borrow at a cheaper cost and that the benefits of the borrowing can be felt in the economy by everybody.
President Tinubu appreciated the Global Financial Agency for its support in the implementation of the reforms and called for more institutional backing for stability and sustainable growth. He promised that his administration will continue to prioritize the welfare of the poor and most vulnerable, even as the administration's reform begin to bear fruits. The Nigerian leader noted that substantial resources must be invested to stimulate the much-needed infrastructural developments in the country. And the president updated the IMF boss that Nigeria's ongoing tax reforms will further stimulate the economy.
We've instituted the reforms on our own. We didn't even do the reform based on IMF advice. We started the reform and we felt this was the best way to go for our economy to survive, for us to benefit maximally from government policies and incentives. We had to remove those subsidies. Now we've done it on our own. And the IMF is saying, now you've done the reform, so if we're going to support you, we're not asking you to do any more reform because you've already done the reform. So we're now here to support you because you've done the reform on your own. How much more can we now give you to stabilize your economy and for the people, the citizens, to feel the impact of these transformational policies and reforms that we've instituted?
President Tinubu.
The year, responsible people went to Rio to attract investors. Kolu Tifnumbu went to Rio to beg for loans. And IMF is like, how much do you need now? You've already started reform. We can see that you are ready to tax them to death next year. That sounds very great. How much do you need again? Anything you can. And from Kolu's side, I know there is hunger, but there is hope. Hope.
What we are trying to do is transform a situation of tragedy, hopelessness, into economic opportunity. See through problems and see the opportunity that is involved in it. We've heard so much about you in terms of the reputation, and we believe in the partnership. Yeah, we have taken four steps, and for me, daring food security is extremely important. As we talk right now, there is hunger. However, there is huge hope, and you are one of those hopes that we are looking at. Nigeria is a population of over 250 million and growing by 2.5%. So within the next few years, we'll be the fourth largest population economy in Africa and in the world, I would say. There's opportunity in what we are doing. And the legacy that you are about to flow with is what we want to do to change the narrative in Nigeria. I have one of the key governors, because by our constitution, the land, the grazing area, the ranches will be situated in area of their state. I think we've hit the nail on the head. We want you, we promise you. Nigeria is ready to do business with you.
Thank you.
That's it. You cannot find a better friend, a more reliable friend, an opportunity, and a good return on investment better than what we are doing right now. And we are solving a problem that afflicted humanity in that part of Africa. Clash between farmers and migrating cow soldiers and all of that has caused some life and bloodshed. So when there is a modern civilized way to solve those problems and even bring a successful economy out of it. So I extend our partnership.
Yeah.
ẹni òfò ni ẹ ṣòfò láyé ẹ tún ṣe lálìkìyàmọ ẹ̀yin rádaràda wọ̀nyí.
àsìkò òǹgbẹ lọ́tún lósì ẹ̀mí òsì káàrẹ Jagaban Karim.
Jagaban Karim. Again, I'm sorry that I didn't warn you ahead. Okay, you know, usually I would warn you ahead and say, Tifnubu said, well, I beg you, don't go and listen to it like you want to listen to somebody who is normal, ain't no normal. But at least you can handle it, yeah? I mean, you handled it well. Before, some of you will be like, you know what? I'm just going to go and make tea. I'll come back when you take this mofo out of the screen. I didn't see that comment, so which means you handled it well. Did you make any sense out of all he said? Because I was jotting it down to just jot down what he is trying to say, even though I lost some cells in my brain trying to figure it out. He's a madman. Apart from the fact that he is a chronic liar, he is an incoherent chronic liar as well. There is hunger. There is also hope. I don't even understand what that means. We have some important governors here where they will have ranches in their states. We are solving problems that afflict humanity in this part of Africa, where between farmers and others are, bloodshed everywhere. I heard that. There is return on investment. Which investment? IMF has no investment. They borrow you money. So what is the return? What is he giving them in return?
If you decide to vote, if Tinubu wins, all of you are going to join. That is God has spoken. Just let it go live. Let it go live. I've spoken. Just the way I've said it. Let me say in English so that they won't understand. Okay, sir.
If Nigerians vote for APC,
Nigeria
will sink.
Tinubu
in poverty, and the economy will be in shambles. If the government of APC continues, Nigeria will suffer extraordinary. I'm not in support of anybody. As a matter of fact, I don't vote. And I will never vote. I am telling you that we have never seen Archie before. Then this is when we now experience more Archie. We will be sick, the economy will be sick. I'm not saying anybody should like.
I'm highly disappointed of Nigerian government because the Nigerian government were highly disappointed in them due to foreseen circumstances. Definitely, I'm one of those people are proving people should die in coronavirus is more better than people should die in hungers. Hunger kills more than coronavirus because some people are less privileged. due to for circumstances that I said it, some people are less privileged, which they are based on daily pay, which are not even based on salaries. But our government thinks that the lockdown is the best solution to coronavirus, and proving it to an extent and to the levels of alacrity that if someone die in coronavirus, it's more efficient to die in longer, because some people will be at indoor. There's no a way to make our own life.
Thank you, Jerry, Professor. The leaders of tomorrow, you are the leaders of tomorrow, is one of the lies that they told us. But a lot of us found out late. You see, one of the damages that a bad governance and bad leadership has done to Nigerians is the fact that we are not allowed to have a balanced diet for our brains to develop, like better brains to develop. It starts from the kind of food that we have to eat. In Nigeria, you just have to eat to belly full. You don't have to eat to balance your diet. So those of you who are lucky enough to get a balanced diet from your parents, and your brains developed like the brains of properly raised kids should. You don't know what God did for you. Now, turn to if you still have your parents, turn to them and say, thank you so much, Mama. Call them, text them. Because you see, they may not have all the money in the world, but some of our parents did their best to give us the proper meals that developed our brains, like, because in Nigeria, there are people who just grew up, but their brains didn't develop properly. It is due to the kind of food they were fed. And this is not a funny thing. It is real. It is science. Where if you were eating this kind of food, there is a probability, right, that you will end up as a Ronuku, a Ronu Nazi, a Buhari Dane, a Buhari Didering, a Buhari Dinotu, maybe a Buhari Dijatu, or a Buhari Shuku, Ngozi Hari, Nneka Hari, obedient fool, sophisticated moron, humbled slave, voluntary slave, crumb eater, a crumb chaser, ass licker, or all ricer, Lagos Abobaku, or Oshogbo Alimajiri. There is a chance that if you were fed this kind of food, you will end up as a bad idiot, a bad start, a cyberbarian. This is not a laughing matter. What do you think these ones will be as leaders of tomorrow from Akwa Ibom with this kind of meal?
Come on, this is heartbreaking.
Leaders of tomorrow. They have decided to ensure that they will never have access to good nutrients in their meal, so that when they grow up, rather than have the ability to think critically, they will turn to superstitious morons. They always believes that Sky Daddy will one day come down and fix their problems. And if you tell them that there is no daddy in this sky, nobody is there in this sky, it is just cloud and all of that in this sky, they will disagree with you because they do not have enough brain cells. They didn't grow up properly. Here you get. They did not have the brain to process the fact that no Sky Daddy is coming to help them. They will begin to argue with you on social media. There are many like that. And you are right. There are some of these politicians in Nigeria who also didn't grow up with proper nutrients in any way. They did not develop. They developed in body to look like they are growing up. But when you begin to check their brains, do the brain test for some of them, except for the survival brain, the survival mentality they have, which is that they should do everything and anything. They should do anything and everything, okay, to survive. That mentality is the only one that seems to grow well. Everything else, right, is like people living in caves. So selfish, so self-centered. Unfortunately, how could you feed that to children? I'm glad somebody made a video, and it is really, really heartbreaking. Somebody said they are preparing them for their future as prisoners, so that when they end up as prisoners, they will remember their boarding school days when they are being fed that kind of meal. Children, the leaders of tomorrow. Somebody said that's pepper soup. Please don't make me laugh. I don't want to laugh. Okay. They give you that kind of pepper soup and never. You just cracked me up there. I really, really didn't want to laugh. Okay. It's unfortunate. Children. When you are born inside Nigeria, life is already leading you by 4-0. So if you are lucky, your parents manage to give you education, you are likely going to score 1 back. That is a 4-1. If your parents also have struggled to get something like, to give you a bit of a leap in life, then you have a 4-2. So, and some people will never equalize. Talk less of them winning. And winning in life has become the grace. They'll say, the grace of God. If you make them the grace of God. There are those that will never even equalize. No parents, no education, no support, no nothing. And now so they could die. It's unfortunate. I saw something online earlier that happened in La Paz, somewhere in Accra, in Ghana. It looks like watching what was that called again? Is it called the Bank East? What's that movie? That movie where they were robbing banks and the police are always like coming late. They have all these means of escaping and all that. It happened in Accra, Money East. I watched that. I watched the series. So something that looked like Money East happened in Accra, Ghana today. It's interesting. I thought you should see it. Armed robbers, they were robbing a Bureau de change in Accra, La Paz area. And somehow the police got wind of it and they came. And it was time to apprehend them. So the armed robbers got trapped inside the Bureau de change complex. And everybody, a lot of people in the area came out to watch how this was going to end. Unfortunately, the armed robbers actually escaped through the back door. The police covered the front, but they didn't cover the back. And that kind of gave me an idea of the CME twins that Nigeria and Ghana seems to be like. And it also gives us the idea of what the police in Ghana really look like. Let me show you what happened in that La Paz area in Accra, Ghana.
Your power. Police need container no near. I couldn't pistol no, but I couldn't pistol. Obasha inside though. Mama must want to go bano. When you pistol, where you put pistol?
First row 9. Then there we are. Yo guys, so the issue be say thieves go the forest road and they go still. Fortunately, now police they around. As they enter, no, where the police too lock the door. So now the police they call back up come. And they record everything. Wait a minute, mama, live view, Angasa.
Are you sure? Ghana Miss Service.
Sorry. See the forest road that. So as the thief enter, where the police can lock the door. So as they lock them, this be the police there. So then they come out back up come. The way I do, shooting go by any time, Baba. Oh, free. See, this be tear gas and the whole road. I beg the way I do, I the whole 16 Pro Max. I the fear for my phone, make I go. I beg. But obeying my man robbery, yeah. I'm going there without being armed. So, I'm going to go. Hello, my. Oh, I didn't confirm my yes, I didn't. Charlie, I come for you for my show. I don't know what you say. The way you do shooting go best, so I see tear gas, I see machine gun. So any moment from now, I beg you, if they bust my phone.
I kind of love that Ghana's English. Is that the Ghana's broken English? The only thing I hear there is that, you know, what are be happening here now? I can't even repeat it. I'm sorry. I'm so terrible in mimicking. So there's no point in trying. So the end story was that the armed robbers, they left through the back door. And the police was just there sitting duck. They are waiting to either shoot in or throw in tear gas to force them out, only for them to come out and say, no, they are gone. They are gone now. There's no armed robber there anymore. Oh, no, we should have covered the back. But they didn't. Well, it's quite better though. even though tactically they failed, but if it was to say in Nigeria, if you shoot everybody inside the shop, I don't know, like, they can possibly just shoot everybody inside the place so that everyone they put where they say, I know the arm robber, officer, don't shoot, they shoot everybody inside, say fire everybody inside. We'll go identify the armed robbers later. I know. So this afternoon we're talking about the Abobaku is pushing the agenda of the Igbos are not accommodating, the Igbos don't welcome, in quote, strangers. So I bring back to you again this video. It's been on the internet now for quite like a few weeks or a few months now. So just a flashback. Those who have lived their lives and run their businesses in the eastern part of Nigeria and their experience too. Maybe you should listen.
Sir?
Good afternoon, my brother.
What's your name, sir?
My name is
Okay, Muliwa. How long have you been in Enugu?
I've been in Enugu more than 10 years.
More than 10 years? Yes. Yoruba, right?
Yoruba.
Okay. In the course of doing business in Enugu here, is there any sort of discrimination from within the Igbo people here?
There's no discrimination. No discrimination, no differences.
Everybody is just going about their business.
Everybody just is about this business. No discrimination.
You feel love here. Okay. Okay. Is it Igbo? No, this one is not money. This one is not money. This one is just I want to set some agenda straight. You're a Yoruba man, right? Yeah. You've been in Enugu for a while. How many years?
I think this is my 22 years.
23 years in Enugu. I want to ask you a very simple question.
Okay.
Since you've been in Enugu for the past 22 years, have you ever had any reason to think that this is not your people? Have there been any sort of intimidation? Were you allowed to vote during elections? Vote your choice?
Yes, I've been voting.
Did anybody ask not to vote for a particular candidate?
Well, first of all, not by force.
Not by force.
You know the way they did it.
Yeah, to colonize you.
Like, mobilize to confuse you. But if we have conscience.
But not by force.
Not by force.
Nobody asked not to come out to
but
vote.
Where I normally cast my vote, such has never happened there. But we hear a situation of whereby they force people not to vote the candidate of their choice.
In Enugu here?
Yes.
No, my point is, as a Yoruba man,
yes,
you've been in Enugu.
Being that trial, or is it because of that trial?
Yes.
Whether no, I've not.
Do you love it here?
As an Igbo adage, they say everybody to become our.
You even speak Igbo.
So I live here. This is where I live. And my daily bread. I think I will say that Enugu is good.
Okay, do you feel? I want to know do you feel at home? Do you feel like this is not my people? Has there been any sort of
I feel at home, but sometimes there are some people who have never gone outside who discriminate. But let me say like 80% I feel at home. And one thing is, anywhere you live or you reside, if you can be able to speak the dialects,
they will
become part and parcel of the people.
Yeah.
You understand? For me, I can say that I've never feel any major intimidation that because I'm a Yoruba man. Apart from like a joke that do this Yoruba man.
Jokes, right?
So that's just that. But I've never feel any major intimidation or discrimination.
And you've been here for 22 years?
For like 50 years.
Wow, that's massive. You married from here?
No, I'm married from West.
From the West, okay. So what about you? Is your wife from here or from the West?
From West, my wife from West.
You all are feeling at home in Enugu? Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Just a bit of, throwback, especially for the Ronukus that always push the agenda of the poorest of them. They always push the agenda of the Igbos are not accommodating or this or that. Majority of them have never left the enclave where the sewage where they have been dwelling. And they are pretty much the loudest on social media, pushing the agenda of APC, hatred, and all of that. I just thought I should touch that. Right? Anyway, I would have added more. And this one is about the supposed burial of Eha-Amufu. And then Peter Obi as a guest there. I don't know why I kind of made it the last part of the broadcast. It's not that important. I just thought that, I should share that with us. If you don't mind. In Unewi. From Unewi.
God Almighty, you need please to call him home this time. grant internal rest in his kingdom. Grant his immediate family and all of us the fortitude to bear this very sad case of loss. May God bless his family. As you know, he's the man of the people. But as I said, we cannot question him. We can only see this as something that will happen to any of us, and know that we have only one duty, to serve humanity in this our journey of passing through this world. Thank you.
Yeah, I was actually using that as a stopgap, okay, to share something. Talking about the perception, a very wrong perception of the Eastern Nigeria, especially by those who are pushing the agenda of 8, all for APC. Give me a second. So there is something I need to put up for some reason. I think it's this one. It's a free advert though, but it is to help debunk some of the lies, which actually works in the interest of those pushing it. Okay. If you are, from what I have here, right? If you are interested in buying land in Anambra, okay, here is Abdurrahim Muhammad. He's a Yoruba real estate man with his business called the Smart City, Aguleri, Anambra. He said that with 10.5 million naira, you can get a land of 50 by 100. All right. This is a Yoruba man that runs a real estate business in the eastern part of Nigeria. All the information you need is there. So if anybody tells you they don't sell land in Anambra, this is the one they have in Anambra. They probably have other lands in other places in eastern Nigeria for those who are interested. Who get money? If you get money, you won't buy a house. You won't buy land. Don't listen to the likes of Ruben Apati, a madman like that. Okay? If you get money and you want to be a landowner or a property owner in eastern Nigeria, this one's not a discriminator. You get? So you can call them to buy yourself a property in eastern Nigeria. So you need to get out of that bubble of tribalism, the bubble of hatred that has become institutionalized by APC, in that contraption. Especially if you are a young person. It is for your own good. I don't know if that helps you or not. I'm talking about opportunity too. Here, the part sponsored by the Ya Rasulallah's digital, where you can be trained on how to possibly earn legitimately outside your current earning. If you are looking for a business opportunity where you can become your own boss, your own business owner, so you can scan this QR code on your screen where you can even read more and ask questions. If you are looking for an opportunity to possibly break the financial limitations, so to say, earn a 6-figure, they say, you can do this on a part-time or you can do it on a full-time. If you are looking to, something legit, so to say, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is not an MMM, but it will actually cost you $149 to sign up. Now, this is where, when you sign up, you are going to meet, the people in this field who are actually going to train you You will be called. They will send you all the materials you need to join this business, so to say. But for some reason, if you feel like, this is not for me, you can always cancel it and get your money back. So if you are willing to put up at the work, where this may be an opportunity you have been also looking for, right? Check it out. And then, thank me later. So I am thinking we should take calls, even though our time is a little bit fast spent now. So I don't know if I should ask us that, would you want us to take calls or we should just go to bed? There will be those that will be like, no, let's go to bed. But I think we should take calls, even if it's going to be just one or two. There are so many of you who have a lot on your chest that you want to let out. I can give you that chance tonight. But remember, if you have to go, try like the broadcast, okay? Like, don't take my like away. Don't go to bed without dropping that like. If you already like the broadcast, don't do it again. One is enough. So when I come back, we shall take calls. Thank you so much for spending your evening with me again. It's been a long day. I will be back in a minute or two. So I think I have my first caller this evening. Hello there. Hey, Ahmed.
Hey.
Yeah. Sorry, say that again. Yeah, Ike. Alhamdulillah, I would say.
Yeah, Sanu. Yeah, family.
Yeah, Alhamdulillah as well.
Yeah, Sanu. Alhamdulillah, muna nan lafiya aiki lafiya kalau.
Lafiya kalau.
Yawa. Sanu.
Bless you. Ahmed, it's been a while. How you doing?
Wahala. Baba, I do. Wow.
Nice one. Thanks for joining me, though.
Yes, Maigun, you see, there is something that you said earlier about the security, soldiers, how much they pay them and stuff like that.
Yep.
I think it is high time people understand that the reason why soldiers are not being paid good in Nigeria is because people understand that the same people that are, what's it called? The same people that are in governance in that country are the same people behind the insecurity. So tell me,
it's all intentional.
if you motivate your soldiers with money, because that's the only thing you motivate your soldiers with. I am defending my country. Even here in the United States, they motivate you, like they entice you to come and join the army, because there are certain jobs that if you join, it comes with bonuses. When you enlist, it comes with bonus up to like 50, 60,000, depending on how many years you enlist for. You understand? So that money alone will make you want to go and join the army. And when you join the army, the benefits that are in the army alone will want you to say, okay, well, make I re-enlist, make I use this benefit, or make I go join the army.
Is that when you talk about going on tour? How many tours? You say I've been to 3 tours, 4 tours.
I've been to 3, I've been to 4, things like that. Right, because the military will take you, they'll take you around the world, they will take you places that you are normally you are supposed to pay for. They will take you places for free to go and work. You use that opportunity to explore and see other countries and see what they do in other countries. So tell me, why won't you put your heart and soul to work for such military? Why won't you put your heart and soul? Because something is motivating you to do it. Then you will do it with the whole of your heart. You understand? And again, if you are in a zone whereby it's a war-torn zone and war is going on and stuff like that, you know that there is a life insurance on you up to as I did, so I get about like $500,000 life insurance for my head. If I ever go anywhere, we be see that place where we be saying a danger zone. You understand?
Yep.
I get that one. So those things alone will motivate you, and you will do your work without any corrupt mindset or anything. But in Nigeria, you are paying a soldier 55,000, 50,000. 5 years, 6 years, 8 years ago, and up to now, you are
insurance for you as well.
There is no life insurance. I'm telling you, I have about 2 soldiers right now that I'm footing their bills because they have issues with. One has this issue with his leg, and yes, knee be below his knee, be knee, and knee. Onjera, that place was like rotten. It's rotten.
Jesus.
I'm telling you, that place is going like crazy. So he went to the hospital and they told him that military hospital, they said they would have to cut his leg. They will have to amputate him. If you agree for them, they will finish you and leave you. Go to 44 Army Reference Hospital and see how many soldiers, wounded soldiers, amputated their hands, their legs, and nothing. They won't give them nothing. And you have people who just sit down, manipulate things, make all sorts of false kind of falsified documents, more money for contract and everything. They chop that one, and they are still collecting millions of naira in salary. And you tell me continue to pray for Nigeria. Nigeria. Which Nigeria want better? Where that Nigeria want better? Where that country want better? That country don't feel better.
They want you to be patriotic. Look, and you are dealing with people who are actually like so heartless, unpatriotic animals. They want you to be patriotic.
Anybody that tells you that he is patriotic in Nigeria, look at him very well. Himself, na criminal. I told some people, I say, look, if you see me ever come to that country, say, me say, I can't enter politics, and I don't make money, I can't enter politics. Just they look, as they see me, they talk that thing, just they look, so you don't see another criminal, another certified criminal that don't land.
Coming to take advantage of you. I said the same thing to them.
I'm telling you, if you see me land, just know, say, na money I won't come steal, because nothing will go make me come say, I can't put my money, I won't vote, I won't make una vote me, I go put my money, I go come win, come they look una, and I lie, I go return my money. Because when you get into the system, you will know that you cannot help that country. You cannot help the country, because every goddamn person in that country, everybody in that country is looking for a chance,
their own turn,
making pounds on the other person, making move, making chop with him one chop. I don't know, the last time, did you see a video of this army general?
Yeah,
go
the
the
one
knack
that
person
assaulted
inside.
this couple.
Yes.
I saw that.
So someone was telling me, because the thing happened around 11th of this month. So what really happened when the scenario, when everything took place, they took those people to it happened in Abuja. So they took those people to the barracks close around there. I think Lungi or whatever, but I've forgotten the barracks. When they took them there, they like wasted their time for like 8 hours before the general came back, and they said let them take them to police station and go and finish the case there. The general didn't go to the police station. Oh. They just send them with some soldiers and go over there, submit them over there, and the police like took their statement. Nothing will go happen, you understand? Just maybe say, okay, they like say they do something. They go police station, finish everything, and those people say now waiting now. They say nothing will go do. The only thing where I feel advised now, we will not fit do anything. Now police versus soldier, we not fit do anything. Make una go find lawyer or human right this to make una report, make anything they want to make they do. As they can't go. Do their human right, whatever. They can't send invitation to these generals.
Yep.
Say, see what they happen to their barracks, see waiting. You know, these people didn't respond. They were like, to hell with you. You know the way the ego in them now, the way
they are above the law.
So they just ignore. They just ignore. That was when they released that video. It was not immediately that they did. That was after they did all those.
Something that happened there 4 days ago. It happened
it happened around 11th, and then they released the video a day before. Yeah. So they just follow the process not to do that. But when they see that they now release. If you watch, immediately they release that video. Their chief of army staff didn't without the army staff. He say they have launched investigation that they will launch that, because most of those generals that you see, Eyito and Ben now all of them now almost meet all of them be. So nothing where they could do them now, they are friends. You understand? So I was telling her, I say, look, in an advanced country, in a sane country, anybody that behaves like this, him by himself, nobody until they tell him. Him by himself, he go just leave any situation. You go just leave him because you don't fuck up.
Yep.
For here, no matter who you be, general, we need that for misbehave for road, make you as police. Police go pull you over. Make say you no go stop. Say you no go stop. Yeah, I know. I know how many tickets where I don't get, 1 or 2 tickets where I don't get. I did drive safe, but I know say I get 1 or 2 tickets. I know we say speeding or anything. Now parking tickets based on waiting happen.
You didn't tell them that. How dare you? I'm a soldier. I'll beat you.
Like Ilutolo fini. You cannot do anyhow. But you see in that Nigeria, now you say that person can't overtake you. For Nigeria, you cancel yourself. If they tie you back, councillor go use waiting they call it, go use siren. For here, you know, go see those kind of nonsense. The best way they use siren, probably president in motorcade, and in motorcade even at the 2 bike we go or 3 bike we go. The highest people where they use siren for here now police, ambulance, then firefighter.
Police will only even turn on the siren.
If you hear 111, you go give them roads. When you hear 111, you go give them road, make the compass, because you know they are on an emergency outing. So you have to give them that road. But for Nigeria, make one idiot, one olori buruku, you go just turn siren so they know.
Somebody said they are always in a hurry. Sure, you get. But when it comes to implementing government policies, right, they are not in a hurry. You see them always in a hurry. You'll be asking, where are they going? I think to say they are actually
going nowhere.
Job.
No, they are not going anywhere.
No.
Just to just flex muscle. But may they no worry. Maegun, you see someone said something. You see the people that are reacting now about the situation of Nigeria. People that have suffered what's going on about Nigeria. Now people will be say somehow, no be say Nigeria to hit them, no be say Nigeria to take away everything. Even though Nigeria took away a lot of things from us, but at least we still find our way and, you know, get out and go do something better with our lives. You understand? But you see the ones that are coming up now that are in that country, if that country lasts another 10 years, I promise you, they fight where people they fight now, but the fight where those ones go fight, it go worse, because that time it will be Nigeria never did anything, completely nothing.
They just burn you, they burn you. Nothing where that country do you. You know they say the country do us anything, you don't do us anything, but their own go worst.
We shall see.
No Allah.
Thank you very much. You have a good
no
day.
Allah,
Okay.
my even.
Nice one.
Oh, yeah, no, my even.
So here, I think this is Prince Judgement representing
IPOB for life.
That is him. The Prince. How are you?
Yes, Baba. I want to come on my
did we not have a chat this afternoon? No? Was it yesterday?
And it was yesterday.
Okay, that seems like I spoke to you again this morning, but I didn't. Anyway, thanks for joining us. The Prince, please.
You're welcome, Baba. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm back. Thank you for the opportunity today again to air my own opinion. Okay.
You are welcome.
I'm back in respect of this Prime Minister in Finland again. Okay. Yeah, I want to encourage.
You're about to kickstart another storm.
Baba,
Baba, go on.
Yes, Baba. So I've just yesterday I saw someone that put you on the, or is it in the dock or what? He was asking you a lot of questions. It's like he brought a long list of questions.
Yes.
What it was asking questions and interrogating you at the same time. What that? Yeah, I think it's from say a court from America. And what I want to encourage him, because I saw a post today on is it on the Facebook? Someone was saying I stand with Simon Ekpa. I said that is a good one. But what my advice to all of them, that are supporting that his hands are clean. I want to tell them one thing, that they cannot, white people cannot arrest somebody without having evidence. Okay, and they said that it started all the way back from 2021. So it's not today they've been trailing all the whole activities. What I want to encourage them, they should go to Finland and support him. Let them not just say they are standing with him on the Facebook. They should go physically, because he need them there. He need them at this moment. I need them to be around him, because what I noticed is that all the lawyers that came, once they hear is terrorism, all of them are running away. When they open the case file and they saw what is inside there, evidence is too much. All of them are running away. So they need all of them, all the supporters. I want to encourage them. They should just buy a ticket to Finland and go and stand with him. That is how to stand with somebody. No, you can't just stand from afar. Okay? So this is he needs you, all of you.
Advice you want to put out there, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So that our brother from America,
right,
he said that he's standing with him, is a soldier, old soldier that never quench. So he should go there and stand with 2 legs. Thank you very much, my good general.
You're welcome. Thank you very much as well for calling in. Okay, there are some of them who responded to your statement last night. I was reading some of them, some of those comments later. Earlier today, and let's see. Let's take the next one. You have a good one there, Baba. Okay, so that's Prince Judgement, ladies and gentlemen. Is of the IPOB and is a very strong member of the IPOB. You have to remember, okay? And all of you have your sentiments. I'm in the middle of it, okay? I was reading one comment this evening, and then one idiot came on and said, you, Mayegun, you are a Yoruba with 2 mouths. There is no name they haven't called me. And it's so easy to identify some of you, okay? And I'm also going to, like one of my callers today, okay, who said, Mayegun, you shouldn't kind of like highlight or promote some of those who are coming to abuse you and all of that stuff, all right? Because there are others who respected my view, even if they don't agree with it, which is okay. And that's why I'm just going to, I've been reading some of the comments and I've been doing the needful, all right? Getting rid of them and getting rid of them, because this is not a competition. One of them even said, oh, you never mentioned his name when it was free. And I was like, because I practically just try my best to not give him any of the attention. He's an attention war to me. That's how I see him. All right. But since majority of you are currently living in denial, some of you are currently living in anger, others are pretty much like, bargaining, depressed and all of that. So it is the moment of grief. So, and I welcome some of your abuses, because apart from the fact that I spoke to some rational ones today, and then I think I did speak to some rational ones as well yesterday, those who believe that, this may not really look like what it is. And I kind of respected that to some extent and all that. So I don't want to paint everybody with one brush, all right? But when I see some of you idiots, okay, some of you are like worshiping your fellow man, that it cannot be wrong and the rest, right? So when I read you, I just try my best to get rid of you, okay? So I can be in the middle, because I believe that the only people who decide to attack me are some of you, the low lives, all right? So low lives, I mean, when I say low lives, I mean those who can't really have conversation, okay? Those who can't really have any conversation without abuses and the rest of that. So I call you low lives. So there's no point in engaging you. So I just get rid of you. Well, here is another caller. Hello.
My brother, my ego, how are you?
I am very well, oh. Victor, how are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm good, bro.
Grand.
Yeah, it's
sorry
Victor
for
from
keeping you
Germany.
waiting, by the way. So I've been a punching bag for so many people since yesterday.
I know.
So it was like, don't talk about our prime minister like that. It's like, you shot this guy. But anyway,
yeah,
Victor, you're short.
Well, that's human nature. They don't seem to understand your stand. They want you to be biased. They just don't understand that you only stand for the truth and nothing but the truth.
And that is something they don't. You agree? I mean, you are right. Okay, to them, it is talking about what I don't agree with is an attack on him, and therefore, right, it shouldn't be tolerated. I was like, he's a human being. You shut up. If I do anything wrong, go for me too.
That's it.
Sorry, man. Go on.
I don't want to dive into the issue of Samuel Ekpa, because he was a complete. His representation is completely opposite what Nnamdi Kanu stands for. So it cannot be. I mean, it cannot be compared, because his agenda is completely different. I mean, I don't expect everybody to be.
It's not IPOB. It doesn't have anything to do with them. So, but when people kind of want to make it a conflict of interest, it's so funny. All right. When you point that out, people are like, no, don't talk like that. He's a disciple of Kanu. No, he's not.
I don't see him to be one. He's different. But anyway, that's not my aim of calling, my brother. I feel so sorry. It's so unfortunate. The issue of Ifeanyi Ubada was buried a couple, was it yesterday or?
Well, I think it's today. He hasn't. I don't think he's been buried yet.
Okay.
But they had this waking yesterday, and everybody is there today as well, including Obi and others. Oh, go on.
Yeah. When he was with us here in Frankfurt, was it last year? Right. He came to the event that we organized here. I took pictures with him and we were all celebrating there. And, it just reminds me of the sad reality of life. Some of these politicians that want to, own the whole world, that feel, it's their right to deprive others of what is supposed to belong to them and then have everything to themselves. I mean, one day we'll all die and leave all these things behind.
Going to live forever. Nobody lives forever.
So, I mean, if I bow with all his words, I mean, look at the way he's living now. He's not taking anything along with him. No. People should think twice when they're treating their fellow human being, in an ill form, because at the end of the day, we'll give account to God eventually. The second thing that I want to talk about is this issue of this general that got dismissed from the military. I don't know if you see. I sent it to you actually. I don't know if you've seen it.
No, I haven't.
Well, a major general, got dismissed for professional misconduct.
Oh.
Is
it the guy who beat up a civilian?
I don't really know his offense. They just say professional misconduct, So
right.
The one that beat up a civilian. Maybe are you talking about the one Showore posted?
Yeah, the one that went viral a few days ago.
No, not that one. Not that one. This, I think his name is General OTT or whatever. I don't know. I've forgotten his name.
Did they actually list what it did? Somehow, did they list what it did?
No, they just it was the junior ranking officer was like disgracing him and removing his rank publicly, almost publicly. I think he was court-martialed, and they were removing his rank. They gave him about 4 or 5 counts of the misconduct. And the final one was dismissal without benefit and all those bullshit. Can you imagine somebody that has attained that position in the in the military? Years of hard work just to be thrown out of the service just like that. So when these people are in service, when they embezzle money that are a mark for military gadgets or buying ammunition in order for the military to for the soldiers to fight, they keep it to themselves and without thinking about hello.
I'm with you. Go on, Victor. I'm just trying to imagine what it was like.
Okay,
right?
Without thinking about the ripple effects that is going to have on the the foot soldiers, those that are meant to go to the battlefront to go and confront these wicked terrorists that are terrorizing every one of us back home. They keep. It's like they don't have conscience. You understand me?
There's something about your soldiers. In Nigeria. They said if you want to test a man,
oh God,
give him power.
Right. Exactly.
Then you
power
get
and
to
the money.
know if he's a real man or just a coward hiding behind power.
Exactly.
And there are so many coward men, even women, that they are not
what struck me?
Power.
Exactly. So the kind of disgrace that this man brought upon himself and his family. Now he's going to live in penury. He will now understand what poverty means. They seized about some hundreds of thousands of dollars that this about $6,000 they saw with him, and then some hundreds and
I'm going to go.
Yeah, I think I sent it to you.
Did you?
Yeah, check your WhatsApp.
I am
WhatsApp messages.
Really?
Yeah. So they saw some millions of dollars in his millions of naira in his accounts, and then they seized it, and they still still doing more to him. So it's just unfortunate. I didn't really get the message. What his free offense, apart from them saying professional misconduct, they didn't say the exact offense that he committed.
I'm going to retrieve that from your message. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing that with us this evening, Victor.
Yes, brother. You have a good one. Thanks for the good job you're doing. Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay. You stay safe, man. All right. That's a very good one. I didn't see the message, and that's quite strange, if I must admit. Okay, because stuff like this barely escapes my my gaze. Because I've got all these interesting platforms, which because I consider myself as one of the biggest trolls online. When I say trolls, I mean you barely see me, but I am almost everywhere. I don't like, I don't share, I don't comment. I'm almost like everywhere, be it Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, even Rumble, and all these places. Just wherever something interesting pops up, beyond Nigeria, even if we have to kind of take it to Ghana, other part of Africa, I barely miss some of those things. And I'm talking about thousands of happenings from around the world. every day. When I say thousands, it means like hordes of happenings all over the place. I don't know, I'm feeling a slight sort of I won't call it a headache, or probably I am a bit tired, okay? So what I'm going to do is that I am going to possibly call it a night. Yeah, tomorrow is another day. And we go again, okay? So thank you so much, everyone, for your time. We've had an interesting day that we agreed on some of the stuff that we shared, or we don't agree on some of them. The thing is that we probably have learned one or two things from what has been shared on this platform today, okay? Thank you so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of the evening, and good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun dayari politico. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Òkúra olóṣèlú. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. oníkanṣá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ̀lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.